Hi, I'm Amber Nimedez, and I'm here at Live in Fitness in Los Angeles, California. And I wanted to talk to you about exercising with a bunion. So a lot of people, when they have a bunion, they tend to kind of baby it or get sort of an orthotic to correct or, correct the positioning of the foot. Because what happens is when you take a step, you're rolling on the inner part of the foot right where that bunion is forming, and you're using that to push off of in your gait pattern. So every time you do that, you kind of create a little bit more growth on that bunion area. So what you want to do to prevent the growth is to correct your gait pattern. And that has to do with a lot of postural exercises or restorative therapy type exercises. And some of them are very, very simple to do. One is to be in a seated position, and then you're going to go ahead and cross your leg over your knee, and you're going to take your fingers and you're going to thread them through your toes. And so that's going to separate the toes. And if you've never done this before, it might feel a little weird or it might actually hurt, but you want to really spread out your toes because there's muscles in there and those need to be stretched too. So we're going to spread the toes nice and wide, and then you're going to do large circles with the foot. Okay, so you're going to go both directions, and then you're going to release. And then you're going to do the other side, even if you don't have a bunion on the other side of on your other foot. Okay, so I'm going to thread my fingers through the toes, grab a hold there, and then I'm going to roll my ankle. Okay, and then I'm going to go the opposite direction. So while I'm here, I'm going to let go of my toes, and then I'm going to stretch out my hip. So I'm going to sit up really tall in an extended position, and I'm going to gently push this knee down, and that's going to open up my hip. So a lot of people who have bunions actually have very tight hip flexors. And when you have a tight hip flexor in your gait pattern, it doesn't allow you to swing your foot or your leg through as much as you should be able to, and that's why you kind of have to push off of that bunion side to get the leg through. So you really want to focus on where the problem is coming from and not just the symptom. So you're going to open up the hip, and then you're going to switch sides, of course. Perfect. And as far as exercising with a bunion, you don't have to necessarily baby it, but you can modify certain exercises where you're not necessarily on your feet. You can do upper body work when you're in a seated position. You could also do it on your back or on your stomach. And those are just some ways to kind of avoid having that pressure on the bunion if it's painful for you. So those are some examples of how to treat a bunion and actually how to exercise if you have a bunion. I'm Amber Nimedez.